Yang terhormat, Wakil Rektor Bidang Akademik.
Honorable Vice Rector for Academic Affairs.
Yang terhormat, Wakil Rektor Bidang Keuangan dan Umum.
Honorable Vice Rector for Finance and General Affairs.
Yang terhormat, Wakil Rektor Bidang Kemahasiswaan dan Alumni.
Honorable Vice Rector for Student Affairs and Alumni.
Yang terhormat, Wakil Rektor Bidang Perencanaan, Sistem Informasi dan Kerjasama.
Honorable Vice Rector for Planning, Information System and Cooperation.
Yang kami hormati, Associate Professor Dr. Moh Naim Aziz dari University Utara Malaysia.
Our esteemed guest, Associate Professor Dr. Moh Naim Aziz from University Utara Malaysia.
Yang kami hormati, Wakil Direktur 2 Politeknik Imigrasi, Bapak Sohirin SHM.
Our esteemed guest, Vice Director 2 of Polytechnic Imigrasi, Mr. Sohirin SHM.
Yang kami hormati, Ketua Badan Pengembangan Mahasiswa dan Layanan Disabilitas Universitas Brawijaya, Bapak Wisnu Mahendra Wismayana.
Our esteemed guest, Head of the Student Development and Disability Service Office from Brawijaya University, Mr. Wisnu Mahendra Wiswayana.
Yang kami hormati, Direktur Pasca Sarjana, para dekan, segenap civitas akademika Universitas Mataram, para pembicara dan tamu undangan yang berbahagia.
Honorable Deans, Postgraduate Directors, the academic community of University of Mataram, distinguished speakers and respected guests.
Selamat datang
Welcome
to the second International Conference on Social Science ICSS 2024. Saya Rido dan rekan saya Tiffany. Senang sekali rasanya kami dapat hadir di hadapan hadirin sekalian untuk memandu acara yang luar biasa ini.
We are truly honored to serve as your host today's esteemed event.
Namun sebelum kita memasuki inti acara, kami ingin menyampaikan terima kasih kepada segenap panitia yang telah bekerja keras untuk mewujudkan acara ini. Kami juga ingin menyampaikan terima kasih yang sebesar-besarnya kepada seluruh tamu undangan karena telah hadir pada pagi ini. Kehadiran Bapak, Ibu, dan rekan sekalian sangat berarti bagi kesuksesan acara ini.
Before we proceed to the main agenda, we would like to express our sincere gratitude to the organizing committee for their hard work in making this event possible. We also extend our heartfelt thanks to all the distinguished guests for being here this morning. Your presence is truly meaningful for the success of this conference.
Selanjutnya, izinkan kami untuk membacakan agenda ICSS 2024. Pertama, pembukaan. Menyanyikan lagu kebangsaan Indonesia Raya. Pembacaan doa. Persembahan tarian tradisional. Laporan Ketua Panitia. Sambutan dan pembukaan resmi oleh Rektor Universitas Mataram. Serah terima plakat. Coffee break dan sesi foto bersama. Presentasi keynote speaker dan presentasi panel.
Next, please allow us to present the agenda of ICSS 2024. First, opening. Singing of the National Anthem Indonesia Raya. Opening prayer. Traditional dance performance. Report from the head of the committee. Opening remarks and official opening by the Rector of University of Mataram. Plaque and sash handover. Coffee break and group photo session. Keynote speakers presentation. And panel presentation.
Hadirin yang kami hormati, sebelum kita masuk ke inti acara, kita akan menyanyikan lagu kebangsaan Indonesia Raya.
Distinguished guests, before we move on to the main event, we will now sing the national anthem Indonesia Raya.
Hadirin dimohon berdiri.
Ladies and gentlemen, please stand.
Hadirin dipersilakan duduk kembali.
Guests are requested to sit down again.
Bapak Ibu yang berbahagia, untuk menambah barokahnya acara kita pada hari ini, marilah sama-sama kita ikuti pembacaan doa yang akan dipimpin oleh Dr. Hairul Umam SHMH. Kepada Dr. Hairul Umam SHMH, dipersilakan.
Honorable guests, to bless today's event, let us join together in a welcome prayer which will be led by Dr. Hairul Umam SHMH. Please proceed.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Let us bow our head for a moment, pray to God Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, so that our international conference can be precious to all of us. I will lead this prayer based on the teaching of Islam, and those who are not Muslim, you are placed to pray according to each of your beliefs. أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم الحمد لله رب العالمين والصلاة والسلام على أشرف الأنبياء والمرسلين وعلى آله وصحبه أجمعين اللهم ارزقنا فهم النبيين وحفظ المرسلين وإلحام الملائكة المقربين برحمتك يا أرحم الراحمين اللهم اجعل جمعنا هذا جمعا مرحوما وتفرقنا من بعده تفرقا معصوما. Oh Allah, today we gather here to bring about an international conference on social science. Make this international conference as a useful science assembly, as a medium of sharing useful ideas, knowledge and experience of scholars, researchers and students of various disciplines. May the conference we organize today benefit to our life, broaden our knowledge, shine our ideas, and lead us to be successful, productive person, which in turn will boost dignity of our nation. O Allah, guide and bless our heart and our mind with the light of your guidance. Impart your supreme wisdom upon our activities. Help us to speak our minds clearly. Help us to listen to each other, respect to each other, love each other, so that we are included to the blessed person. O Allah, protect us from unintended temptation. Show us the right path and give us knowledge and strength to perform good things equally. So us and make it clear the bad things and give us knowledge and strength to avoid them. O Allah, you are the one who can fulfill our dua. Rabbana ظلمنا أنفسنا وإن لم تغفر لنا وترحمنا لنكونن من الخاسرين. ربنا آتنا في الدنيا حسنة وفي الآخرة حسنة وقنا عذاب النار. سبحان ربك رب العزة عما يصفون وسلام على المرسلين والحمد لله رب العالمين. والسلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته.
Terima kasih kami sampaikan kepada Dr. Hairul Umam SHMH.
Thank you to Dr. Hairul Umam SHMH for the opening prayer.
Selanjutnya, marilah kita saksikan bersama persembahan tarian tradisional gandrung.
Next, let us enjoy together the traditional dance performance gandrung. Please welcome Gandrung Dance.
Hadirin yang berbahagia, acara selanjutnya, laporan Ketua Panitia ICSS 2024 kepada Ibu Mega Nisfa Mahroja MSI MA SIP. Dipersilakan.
Esteemed guests, we now invite the head of the ICSS 2024 committee, Ms. Mega Nisfa Mahroja MSI MA SIP, to deliver her report. Ms. Mega, time is yours.
Oke, bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. To the honorable guests, our Rector University of Mataram, Professor Insinyur Bambang Hari Kusumo, MAGR, ST, PhD, or today represented by Head of LPPM University of Mataram, Professor Dr. Insinyur Soekartono, MAGR. And then to the honorable guests, our Vice Dean for several faculty at University of Mataram, our honorable keynote speaker, Professor Dr. Hayanul Haq from University of Mataram, Associate Professor Dr. Muhammad Naim Aziz from University Utara Malaysia, Professor Dr. Stephen Kos from the Universität der Bundeswehr München, Germany, and then Professor Aldona from Nicolaus Copernicus University, Poland. And then, ladies and gentlemen, distinguished guests, esteemed college participants, and enough of friends here, it's a very honor for us to welcome you today in the second International Conference of Social Science, proudly hosted by LPPM University of Mataram. Ladies and gentlemen, our today's topic is about technological disruption and then inclusivity in the global society. We chose this topic because we know that the rapid development of technology very affect of our daily life for economic, society, gender, environment, education, and etc. So by this event, we want to discuss and get more insight to finding the solution, what happened in the world, and then what we should to do to face this challenge in the global era to conclude the problem in our global society as a part of international society. The aim of this international conference of social science is such as a dynamic platform for researchers, academic, industry, student, leader to share their insight, knowledge, and advance sustainability across science, technology, social issues, and etc. So this event, hopefully in the next future, can be one of the networking part or future collaboration between universities around the world, between students around the world to catching up together for a better future. And then we are very happy that in this second international conference that we have very huge participant. We have 41 presenters for international conference on social science. But ladies and gentlemen, it's a very improving for the previous years. And then in this event, we proudly present our first international student conference on social science. So we have so many applicants for international student competition. Is more than 200 applicants, but you who are coming today as a selected participant, and congratulations for you who coming today for the student here. We have 37 essay selected participants and 21 poster participants. So this is from several universities in Indonesia and around the world. We hope this event can bring positive insight for us, for everyone here, and then better collaboration in the future. Ladies and gentlemen, as we embark with this journey, learning, exchange, and collaboration, I hopefully this conference can be inspiration for collaboration for us. Thank you for your coming today, and good luck for your competition for today. Thank you. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Terima kasih kami sampaikan kepada Ibu Mega selaku Ketua Panitia ICSS 2024.
Thank you to Ms. Mega for your report as the head of the ICSS 2024 committee.
Selanjutnya, untuk secara resmi membuka acara kita pada hari ini, marilah kita ikuti bersama sambutan dari Rektor Universitas Mataram, Profesor Insinyur Bambang Harikusumo MAGR ST PhD, yang dalam hal ini akan diwakilkan oleh Kepala LPPM Universitas Mataram, Profesor Dr. Insinyur Sukartono MAGR. Kepada Profesor Dr. Insinyur Sukartono MAGR, dipersilakan.
Next, to officially open today's event, let us listen to the opening remarks from the Rector of University of Mataram, represented by the head of LPPM University of Mataram, Professor Dr. Insinyur Sukartono MAGR. Please proceed.
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Alhamdulillahirabbil alamin, wassalatu wassalamu ala asrafil anbiya'i wal mursalin, sayyidina Muhammadin wa ala alihi washabihi ajmain. Allahumma salli ala Muhammad wa ala ali Muhammad. Ladies and gentlemen, just 20 minutes ago, I got rank from Bapak Rektor, Profesor Bambang Harikusumo, that he could not join us in this conference because he got a little bit flu this morning. So, kind regard from him to all of us. Dear Excellencies, distinguished guests, Vice Rector, and Deans, so we have only one Dean here, Dean of Patepa, and we have distinguished guests from Polytechnic Immigration and Universitas Brawijaya. We have honorable keynote speaker, dear college and participants. It is great pleasure for me to welcome all of us, particularly honorable keynote speakers. We have here Professor Muhammad Naim Aziz from University of Utara Malaysia. And also here we have keynote speakers, my wonderful brother, Lalu Muhammad Hayan Ul Haq SH LLM PhD. We got a lot of memory with him when we got the English course, yeah, it's a long time ago. But he is very successful man. And we have Professor Dr. Stephen Kos from University de Bundermunchens, Associate Professor Professor Dr. Stephen Kos from Universitat der Bundeswehrmunchens. This is in the German words. It's a bit hard to spell it. Welcome to the second International Conference on Social Science, and with special topic on technological disruption and inclusivity for global society, which is, I think, is very relevant to the current global context now. Again, I have to say great thanks, and we are very pleased to host this conference, and we are happy with the willingness of the keynote speakers from leading university to share their knowledge and experiences in this conference. Ladies and gentlemen, the world today is facing many challenges, including the aspect of socio-economics. Therefore, together with the public, private sector, and non-government and intergovernmental organizations, scientists are responsible to build a better life and safety for society through the application of knowledge to convert resources into products and services without compromising the ability of future generation to cope their needs. We should be clearly aware that the importance of interdisciplinary collaboration. We need to promote collaboration within the profession and also with social scientists and public in the creation and application of knowledge for enhancing nation productivity and competitiveness. In accordance with this vision and mission of University of Mataram, that is become a globally competitive research-based university, so this conference is one of the great efforts to make this vision and mission come true. Ladies and gentlemen, this social science conference is the second international conference we held in University of Mataram. It's organized by LPPM Unram, as mentioned by the head of committee, in conjunction now with the 62 anniversary of University Mataram. Ulang tahun yang ke-62 Mataram. So it is part of our concerns on contribution of social sciences for enhancing competitiveness of University of Mataram. Hopefully, we all can significantly give more contributions to the nation advancements. To all of our distinguished guests and participants, thank you for being here. Welcome, enjoy the conference. We hope that a lot of fruitful discussions this morning we can bring to increase our knowledge and also experience in the topic of social science as we discussed today. Thanks. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Okay, as acts of committee, that's let us open this conference by together saying Basmalah. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim.
Kami sampaikan terima kasih kepada Profesor Dr. Insinyur Soekartono MAGR atas sambutan yang luar biasa dan telah membuka acara ini secara resmi.
We extend our gratitude to Professor Dr. Insinyur Soekartono MAGR for his inspiring remarks and for officially opening this event.
Hadirin yang berbahagia, acara selanjutnya penyerahan plakat dan selempang kepada para keynote speaker dan juga co-host.
Honorable guests, the next agenda is the handover of plaques and shares to our speakers and co-hosts.
Kami mohon kesediaan kepada Associate Professor Dr. Moh Naim Aziz, kemudian Bapak Lalu Muhammad Hayan Ulhaq SH LLM PhD, dan juga Bapak Wisnu Mahendra Wiswayana untuk naik ke atas panggung.
We kindly invite Associate Professor Dr. Moh Naim Aziz, Mr. Lalu Muhammad Hayan Ulhaq SH LLM PhD, and Mr. Wisnu Mahendra Wiswayana to the stage.
Untuk penyerahan pertama, kami mohon kesediaan Bapak Profesor Dr. Insinyur Soekartono MAGR untuk menyerahkan plakat dan selempang kepada Associate Professor Dr. Moh Naim Aziz.
For the first handover, we kindly request Professor Dr. Insinyur Soekartono MAGR to hand over the plaque and shares to Associate Professor Dr. Moh Naim Aziz.
Selanjutnya, untuk penyerahan kedua, kami mohon kesediaan Profesor Dr. Andes Aris Doyan MSI PhD untuk menyerahkan plakat dan selempang kepada Bapak Lalu Muhammad Hayan Ulhaq SH LLM PhD.
For the second handover, we invite Professor Dr. Andes Aris Doyan MSI PhD to hand over the plaque and shares to Mr. Lalu Muhammad Hayan Ulhaq SH LLM PhD.
Penyerahan ketiga, kami undang Sekretaris LPPM Universitas Mataram, Profesor Dr. I Gusti Putu Mulyarta Aryana MP untuk menyerahkan plakat dan selempang kepada Bapak Wisnu Mahendra Wiswayana.
For the third handover, we invite the Secretary of LPPM University of Mataram to hand over the certificate and shares to Mr. Wisnu Mahendra Wiswayana.
Selanjutnya kami ingin mengundang Bapak Ibu tamu undangan yang berada pada barisan paling depan untuk dapat maju ke depan panggung dan mengikuti sesi foto bersama.
We now invite the distinguished guests seated in the front row to step forward for a group photo.
Selanjutnya kami mohon kesediaan Bapak Ibu untuk berbalik karena kita akan mengikuti foto bersama dengan peserta.
We kindly ask you to turn around as we will be taking a group photo with the participants.
Kami ucapkan terima kasih kepada seluruh tamu undangan yang telah mengikuti prosesi foto bersama. Hadirin yang berbahagia, sesaat lagi kita akan memasuki sesi presentasi dari keynote speaker. Namun sebelumnya kami ingin mengucapkan terima kasih kepada Bapak Ibu pejabat yang terhormat atas kehadiran Anda di acara ini. Kami menyadari bahwa Bapak Ibu mungkin memiliki agenda penting lainnya. Oleh karena itu, kami mempersilahkan Bapak Ibu untuk meninggalkan ruangan jika diperlukan. Kami sangat menghargai kehadiran Anda dan semoga semua kegiatan selanjutnya berjalan dengan lancar.
Distinguished guests, in a moment we will begin the keynote speaker presentation. Before that, we would like to extend our heartfelt thanks to the esteemed official for your presence at this event. We understand that you may have other important engagements, therefore we kindly invite you to leave the room if necessary. Your presence has been greatly appreciated and we wish you continue success with the rest of your activities.
Sementara itu, dengan senang hati kami mempersilahkan Bapak Ibu sekalian untuk menikmati hidangan makanan dan minuman yang telah disediakan. Kami akan kembali sesaat lagi.
And before we continue the event, we invite you to enjoy the food and beverage that have been provided. We will continue the event shortly.
Bapak Ibu sekalian yang berbahagia, kita akan masuk ke inti acara, yaitu presentasi oleh para keynote speaker dan sesi tanya jawab yang akan dimoderatori oleh Bapak Syaiful Anam SIP MSc MIS, dosen Prodi Hubungan Internasional Universitas Mataram.
Distinguished guests, we are now entering the heart of our event, the presentation from our keynote speaker, followed by Q&A session. This session will be moderated by Mr. Syaiful Anam SIP MSc MIS, the Lecturer of International Relations Department of University of Mataram.
Selanjutnya, acara kami serahkan kepada moderator.
We kindly invite Mr. Anam to take over the event.
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. On behalf of the organizing committee, allow me as a moderator to lead the discussion of our keynote speaker through the day programs. So, it's a great pleasure to me to welcome you to the second International Conference on Social Science, hosted by the LPPM University of Mataram in collaboration with University Utara Malaysia and University of Brawijaya. So this year's themes, technological disruption and inclusivity for global society, directly speaks about the challenges and opportunities we face in an era of rapid technological changes. As technology reshapes our whole aspect of life, this conference seeks to explore on how we face these challenges and change responsibly. So we're pleased to gather researchers, lecturers, experts, and students from various universities to discuss topics like human rights, politics, migration, sustainable development, and gender equality. I do really hope that this event fosters valuable insights, collaboration, and also foster pathway to a fairer global society. Well, to proceed to the main event, I would like to invite our keynote speakers. We're having two keynote speakers here, and also two keynote speakers that will be in online Zoom. So I invite our keynote speaker to come to the stage, Associate Professor Dr. Naim bin Aziz, and also Dr. Muhammad Hayanul Haq, PhD, to come to the stage, please. Okay, referring to the scheduled event, so we're going to have first keynote speaker, which is Professor Aldona, and after that, we move to Professor Naim, and after Professor Naim, we'll have online via Zoom, Professor Stefan Kos, and the last would be Dr. Muhammad Hayanul Haq. So, So the operator, please prepare for the Professor Aldona video recording. So Professor Aldona will deliver the materials through the video recording, as for some reasons she cannot attend the conference. So she provide us with the video recording regarding her presentations. Before that, I would like to read the short profile of Professor Aldona. Professor Aldona Joanna is currently a professor in management at the Faculty of Economic Science and Management, Nicholas Copernicus University in Torun, Poland. Both her doctor and master are in management, obtained from Nicholas University in Torun, Poland. Despite it, she is currently a head of the Scientific Discipline Council in Management Quality Studies and vice director of the University Center of Excellence. Her area of research covers areas such as management, business, and organizational behavior studies. Yeah, so I'm pleased to...
Ladies and gentlemen, good morning or good afternoon. My name is Aldona Glińska-Neves and I represent Nikolaus Copernicus University, located in a beautiful town of Toruń in Poland. I regret that I cannot participate in this conference in person. I'm grateful to the conference committee for inviting me to give this speech. I had to stay at my home university because of some other duties. And I'm thankful that I could just record my presentation. Otherwise, I had to speak in the middle of the night, which is not really supporting for the quality of presenting academic work. I bring to this conference a perspective of management science. My field of research concerns employee behavior in particular. So my presentation will concern how individuals in organizations, namely employees, may contribute to organizational greening. By organizational greening, I mean contributing by organizations to solving environmental problems and enhancing environmental protection by adopting appropriate management systems and green solutions and processes that support environmental protection. Perspective adopted in my presentation relates to micro-foundations of sustainability. I believe there is no need to convince you about sustainability and the need for achieving sustainable development goals like those set by United Nations. And we can agree that organizations of all kinds can make a significant contribution to them. Organizations are regarded among the most significant contributors to climate change and social inequalities, but at the same time, they are able to make a positive change by implementing appropriate policies and practices, like, for example, some solutions supporting circular economy or quite simple changes in products, in manufacturing, in distribution, supply chains, and so on. In all of these processes, these are individuals who contribute the most to effectiveness of the processes. It's about individual commitment, it's about awareness of employees, it's about the knowledge, creativity regarding what changes could be applied in specific elements of organizational processes. So at the end of the day, these are individuals who decide and conduct such actions. Therefore, researchers in different fields of studies related to sustainability turned their attention to micro-foundations. And by micro-foundations, we mean simply individual behavior and attitude. In terms of management, in terms of how businesses can contribute to environmental protection, it refers mainly to employees and their contribution to effectiveness, efficiency of pro-environmental solutions. In this presentation, I will talk mainly about employee green behavior. Let me explain briefly the problem. In management studies, there are various constructs and measures used in reference to employee pro-environmental behaviors. In my studies, I have chosen employee green behavior, the construct which is considered as one of the most comprehensive, because this construct refers or it includes behaviors that we label as in-role behaviors and extra-role behaviors. In-role behaviors, these are behaviors that are included in job description. Extra-role behaviors, these are behaviors that go beyond job description. The construct of employee green behaviors also includes positive and negative behaviors, which is also so important, and this is the reason why this construct is considered as quite comprehensive one. Positive behavior in this regard means different pro-environmental actions conducted at work. Negative behavior means active harming the environment because, for example, because of some duties included in the job description, or some extra role but counterproductive for the environment behaviors. It's quite commonly observed by researchers that studies in this field of organizational behavior and how individuals contribute in organizations to environment. These studies are dominated by so-called 3R concept. 3R stands for recycling, reducing, and reusing of resources by employees when they are conducting their duties. And while actions like turning off the light when we leave a room or printing double-sided, these are important behaviors, but at the same time, they are far not enough to make significant change for the environment. In fact, what we need next to such simple actions like 3R, what we need, this is employee initiative, commitment, creativity, knowledge, that contribute to sustainable solutions implemented in organizations. So the aim of the study that I'm going to present here is to investigate some antecedents of employee green behavior that go beyond 3R, that go beyond recycling, reusing, and reducing the usage of resources. In this study, we have selected especially two variables, corporate entrepreneurship climate and green human resource management. Firstly, I would like to present briefly this concept of green behaviors that go beyond 3R. At the same time, what you can see now on the screen, this is the measuring scale that we used in our study. As you can see, this is quite a diversified construct, including behaviors such as activity of employees in proposing some solutions that help to protect environment, encouraging others to do such initiatives, and also participating in different initiatives organized in the organization. So in this construct, as you can see, we included 18 different behaviors, the statements measuring this type of green behavior. Antecedents of employee green behaviors in general, they are studied in different categories. State of the art regarding individual antecedents is quite robust, quite rich. Such individual antecedents include, for example, personality, awareness of environmental problems, knowledge, as well as demographic traits. There are also some macro level factors studied, including educational system, law, some economic values, and in between these two, individual and macro level, we have organizational factors, and organizations as the context of employee green behaviors are largely overlooked. It means that while there's some evidence that phenomenon like perceived organizational support or supervisory support or co-workers support, they influence employee green behaviors, but at the same time still we need to learn more about organizational context as the antecedents of such behaviors. Well, the reason is quite simple. As we talk about organizations as actors that change their influence on the environment, so that's why we need to consider organizational context. In this study, and as the consequence in my presentation, I refer to two selected antecedents, two selected factors, which are green human resource management and corporate entrepreneurship. Green HRM stands for the inclusion of environmental consciousness within all processes related to human resources, such as hiring, training, rewarding, developing workforce. In turn, corporate entrepreneurship refers to entrepreneurial behaviors of employees in established organizations, and because actual efforts related to corporate entrepreneurship depend on employees' perceptions of some organizational dimensions, it is relevant to understand the concept as the climate. That's why in this study we referred to climate for corporate entrepreneurship. We have selected, I say we because I did this study together with my colleagues from the faculty. So we selected these two variables, green HRM and corporate entrepreneurship climate, because well, for green HRM, there is quite strong, robust evidence that this process, green HRM, it influences employee green behaviors. On the other hand, as employee initiative in proposing organizational greening initiatives, in proposing innovations, is the focal issue in this study. Corporate entrepreneurship we found as interesting factor referring to organizational dimensions, so important for organizational context, but at the same time related to those behaviors that we wanted to study, because employee green behavior beyond 3R, they refer to initiative, to innovations, so we can consider them as related to corporate entrepreneurship. In order to develop hypotheses for this study, we found support for the connection between green HRM and employee behaviors, and some evidence supporting hypotheses about mediating role of corporate entrepreneurship climate, because HRM supports corporate entrepreneurship in general, not only green HRM, and corporate entrepreneurship can support green behaviors because of some opportunities created in the organization, like opportunities for green behavior, green advocacy, self-regulation, and so on. So this is our conceptual model. In this figure, you can also see more about corporate entrepreneurship climate dimensions that are regarded as supporting entrepreneurial behavior of employees. This construct that we used refers to environment in terms of two dimensions: environmental proactiveness and transparency, and stakeholders' salience. The others, they are dimensions of corporate entrepreneurship that have been identified in studies on corporate entrepreneurship in general. So they include management support for corporate entrepreneurship, like the role model provided by managers, or direct support given by managers, work discretion, rewards, resources, and organizational structure. Our hypotheses are as follows. The first one says that green HRM has a positive effect on employee green behavior beyond 3R. Hypothesis 2, corporate entrepreneurship climate has a positive effect on employee green behavior beyond 3R. And hypothesis number 3, climate for corporate entrepreneurship mediates the link between HRM and employee green behavior beyond 3R. In the study, we used measures that were pre-tested in another study, and finally we used several items for each variable. Employee green behaviors beyond 3R were measured with 18 items that you have already seen on one of the previous slides. social corporate entrepreneurship scale, we adjusted to our study by changing social into environmental. So in total, there were quite many items, as you can see, and green HRM was measured with 7 items. Here on the slide, you can see also the sources of our measures.
Sorry,
The study
can you
was conducted
turn off
online
the video?
among
Stop the video.
full-time employees in Poland. Our sample was selected, the data was collected
Just
with
turn off the video.
reference to Polish professional structure.
Yes, sorry for the audiences because I have to stop the video as we have a tight schedule. So I have to move to the other keynote speakers. But anyway, the video recording is actually interesting as Professor Aldona has shared to us, particularly for those focused on the study of organizational behavioral studies, organization psychology, and also climate change and environments. The studies share about the empirical evidence on how there is positive correlation between on how the organization who can train and provide the employee to support the employee for their green employee green behavior, so that at the end it could support the sustainable development. Because the problems, as Professor Alona said, that the organization or corporates are regarded among the most significant contributors to climate change and social inequalities. But on the other side, it's believed that they can also make a change. So that's why from this empirical evidence, it found a correlative, positive correlation how the corporate organization can support employee green behavior. Corporate or organization could be in form of university, government institution, corporates, and others institution. So that is shortly about the presentation of Prof. Aldona. For those interesting and want to continue to watch the video, you may ask to the committee to have the video, yeah, so you can watch and listen the video later on after this event. So I move to the other next keynote speaker. So, yeah, Dr. Naim. Oh, yeah. You want to go to the rest? This room, yeah, yeah. Let me read a short biography of Associate Professor Dr. Muhammad Naim bin Aziz. So he is a lecturer at the School of Government, College of Law and International Studies, University Utara Malaysia, Kedah, Malaysia. Both his doctoral degree in Peace and Conflict Studies and master gained from University Science Malaysia. Having been lecturer since 2003 and in 2019 appointed as Associate Professor in the School of Government, College of Law and International Studies. Dr. Naim has been publishing numbers of articles in international reputable and Scopus Index journal, encompassing issues such as politics and governments, international migration, non-traditional security issues, Malaysian politics and constitution, and public policy. I please to Dr. Naim to deliver your presentation.
Right. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. And very good morning to everyone. Alhamdulillah Rabbil Alamin wa salatu wassalamu ala asyrafil mursalin wa ala alihi wa sahbihi ajma'in. Subhanaka la ilma lana ma 'allamtana innaka antas samiul alim. Rabbi ishrah li sadri wa yassir li amri wa hlul 'uqdatam min lisani yafqahu qawli. This is very first of all, thank you to the moderator and also the panelists, okay, I mean the keynote speaker, distinguished keynote speaker, and also the excellences participant, right? And then and also, of course, to the organizer, UNRAM. Okay, thank you so much for inviting me. I really appreciate I can come here in person. Okay, Alhamdulillah, this is for the second time. Okay, I came to Lombok. The first time last year is very beautiful experience. Okay, my friend and me. Okay, by that time. Right. Okay, sorry. My name is Muhammad Naim Aziz. Okay, I'm from UC Utara Malaysia, or English we call as Northern University of Malaysia. So basically, for you, because before I start my presentation, I would like to give some information about our university. So we are actually located the very northern area in Semenanjung, Malaysia. Okay, the only university in Malaysia, the border that attached to another country is a UUM. Okay, because our border really attached to the Thailand. Okay, Thailand, right? So most of the student, the mobile student, when they come to the UUM, they also wants to go to the Thailand. Okay, including Indonesian student. Okay, in the UUM. Okay, they love to go to Thailand maybe because of the food, right? Okay, today I would like to deliver something with, that's related to the subtopic. This is about the migration. My research interest more into the migration, international migration. This is so cool here. Huh? It's a direct econ. Right. So basically, what I did, okay, in my research, I'm doing on the refugee, human trafficking, and also the smuggling of immigrant. Okay, so those who wanted to do in that area, maybe, okay, we can collaborate, inshallah. Right, next. Okay, this is my presentation outline. Okay, the topic just now is the Malaysia-Indonesia diplomatic relation in the context of the foreign workers. Okay, so between Malaysia and Indonesia is very significant, very synonym with a TKI, employment. Okay, so one of the element, one of the dimension that we're going to talk about the diplomacy is a migration. So actually we have another dimension of the diplomacy. We have a security, we have economy, we have a politics. But today, I would like to share with you, this is something about what? Something about the migration. This is very rare people to talk about this, that relate to the diplomacy. Maybe I can call as the new dimension actually in the migration. Right, there's not many researchers that they try to relate the diplomacy and migration. This is my presentation outline. We have an introduction, background of the migration. I have 20 minutes, Mr. Dr. Moderator, right? I have 20 minutes? Yes. Okay, all right. I'll try to wrap up my presentation, okay? Background of the migration, timeline, this is very important, we should know, historical, and then the concept of the migration, so we go to briefly, and then the element of the migration, why, what the things that we want to study, migration and migration diplomacy. And also, we're going to talk about the diplomacy and migration issues, and also diplomacy and the immigration control. This is most of the suggestion and strategic. Next. Okay, some brief of the, the background of the migration in Malaysia. So, basic background. Never mind, we go straight into the background. Okay, thank you so much. Right, some background of the migration. So this element, okay, I divide by 3 aspects. Okay, the first aspect that we want to know about the economic growth. So of course, this is one of the factors when we talk about the migration, economic, okay, the significant, the privileged factor that we have to explore. So because of the economic, so destination country become what? Pull factor. Okay, pull factor, right? And then the developing country, the other country become the push factor because they know they want to something. And even the refugee, we talk. So we have a lot of the Myanmar refugee, especially the Rohingya in Malaysia. Okay, most of them, okay, even though they are coming as asylum seekers, and then happening to be the refugee, but end up, okay, they are right now, I can define they are one of the economic immigrant, okay, in Malaysia. Because why? Because when we ask them, why you want to come here? Because most of them right now, they are not coming directly from Myanmar, okay. So we are actually not, engaged with a non-reformer policy by United Nations, right? So basically, we have a right, okay, to pull them, okay, from our territory, right? Okay, this is economic growth, and then the next one is a nationality of migrant. So historically, Malaysia, so we had experience with three nationality, one from Indonesia, one China, and one India, okay? Now happen to be Indian, okay, in Malaysia, okay? So Indian in Malaysia, basically they are actually, they are coming from from India, okay? As well as the Chinese, they are coming from China, okay? All right, so basically this is the fact, okay? This is the fact. We are not talking about this is not something about the racism, no, okay? This is the fact. They saw history, when we talk about the history, this is a fact. History is something about the fact and figure, right? You cannot change the history, okay? You cannot change what you did yesterday, all right? Unless you try to cheat people, right? So the third one is a policy transformation. So from that, so we have a policy transformation. So we have our policy, our law, okay? We try, even now, because for your information, that migration policy, okay, will making in the short-term purpose. Because why? Because they want to reflect with the factor, the element that relate to the migration. Okay, for example, economic, this is interchangeable. Okay, this is not always, we have a very good economy, you know. Okay, and even right now, our neighborhood in the Asian country, okay, we are struggling, okay, to boost the economy due to the global factor. Right. Next. Okay, this is the timeline. I think after this, I prefer open to the discussion. I prefer the question. If maybe I skip a little bit in my presentation. Okay, this is the timeline of the diplomacy relation. Actually, formally, we started since our independence, 1957. Okay, by the time the government in Indonesia, okay, they send their representative, okay, to our ceremony to celebrate the first independence by the time, and then but the turning point is Malaysia-Indonesian confrontation. Okay, the turning point. So because after that, there's in terms of the relation between Malaysia and Indonesia, they are up and down, fluctuation. Okay, somehow. But this is because this is the same thing with the Malaysian, as a Malaysian perspective. Okay, I saw this is not represent the government of Indonesia. Okay, this is a provocation. Not represent the government of Indonesia. Right. So somehow there's some group, the small group, very small group, right? They try to burn something in terms of the relation, the diplomacy between Malaysia and Indonesia, right? So for me, we are like the brother. So that's why, in the first place, I would like to address the relation between Malaysia and Indonesia like a brother, Yeah, brotherhood, especially in our region, right? Okay. Next. Okay, this is the concept. Okay. Okay, migration diplomacy. Okay, I think some of you didn't. Some of you maybe you didn't hear, or maybe you hear that a long time ago. Okay, about the migration diplomacy. Normally, people talk about economic diplomacy, security diplomacy. Right? This is the migration. This is something that you can explore, because I have my PhD student, okay, doing this topic, right? But they want from Malaysian perspective, right? So basically, this concept. I would like to address the Oyen, Professor Oyen. He's intensively promote, okay, this what they call it, this term, migration diplomacy, where we can define the migration diplomacy as understood as the use of diplomatic tool, process. I have to read because this is the definition, okay, and procedure to manage cross-border mobility. And migration diplomacy also tools that are often used as such as immigration law, entry agreement between the sending and receiving country, diaspora outreach, and deportation regulation. So all of these basically related to the policy and the law, okay, for the both country, right? So because when we talk about the diplomacy, it cannot be ex party, no. They have to be the both party. Right, both party. I mean, if you want to develop the law, right, the sending country also, okay, the sending country also, they must have the law that related to their workers, okay. If I'm not mistaken, based on my reading, the first sending country in the South Asia who developed, okay, the law so-called related to the human right was Philippines last time, and then after that Indonesia, okay, follow. So because they want to make sure that their workers in the receiving country, in the destination country, okay, get well treatment, okay, by the employer and also the authorities, right? Okay, next, please. Okay, this is the element. Right? This is, or maybe some academicians they call it as a variable, right? Variable dimension. Okay, so this is the element. First, it's a migration law. Okay, migration law and policy and foreign policy on employment. This is a one area that you can study. Okay, and you can make one article. Okay. The second one is a foreign worker as a subject of the diplomacy and propaganda. Okay, somehow they use the foreign worker in the destination country to provoke something. Somehow what they are provoke misunderstanding, based on the misunderstanding, based on the untruth information or the fact. Okay. Sorry. The third one is a migration control in the protecting the right of foreign workers. Right? So this is very typical one between Malaysia and Indonesia, especially to the domestic workers. Okay, to the domestic workers. So for your information, okay, I'm actually involved, okay, in the research, okay, because we asked the ministry, the officer at the ministry. And also I engage with the KBRI, okay, Dubes, Duta Besar, okay. So basically, they also agree that our government has taken necessary action, okay, to overcome on that issue. I mean, in terms of the protecting. Okay, oh, it's already 5 minutes. I left 5 minutes. Okay, never mind. All right. So we're talking about the issue. We're talking about the issue. So well-known issue. This is about the welfare and protection. This is very typical one between Malaysia and Indonesia. Okay, and even That's why I cannot certain all the, so how many, I think in Indonesia last time, I think about 800,000 in Malaysia, registered, they want registered. So unregistered, I do not know. So normally they have their own formula, one to one. One register, another one unregistered. Okay, this is just a formula. This is not the real figure, right? This is the same thing when people ask me, how about the loss due to the, what they call it, the smuggling? I said, if we want to know item by item, ringgit by ringgit, okay, about the loss is very difficult. This is the same thing with illegal migrant. We do not know how many illegal migrants. And even the advanced country like United States, Australia, they don't have the real figure, okay, the true figure of the illegal migrant. Okay, we just put some assumption, one to one, all right? Okay, illegal migrant, so this is the issue of the illegal migrant. And then the third one is administration of the migration. This is another issue that we have to, this is very typical, that affect to the diplomacy, okay, especially between Malaysia and Indonesia. Another one is very difficult, perception, okay, perception. Some group, some individual, okay, this is what I'm going to tell you, this is already happened last time in Indonesia. So they have that kind of other perception towards Malaysia, okay, towards Malaysia, like the Malaysia doing the ill treatment too, right? So basically, this is what I told you, that no, the government did not recognize. They didn't even they give the hard punishment to those involved with the abuse, right? So because of course it's very difficult, it's very hard to us to manage the perception, okay, to manage the perception. So we hope the our Indonesian fellow, please, okay, because if someone try to provoke something, try to making up quickly, okay, try to making up quickly, okay. And then the last one is, this is control, how we want to control all these issues. The first thing, we must have a negotiation and bargaining, okay, platform, okay, this is very important. We must use the bargaining, because the relation between Malaysia and Indonesia based on the history, they're very strong. If you want to compare with the Philippines and also the Thailand, right? The second, policy and negotiation. The third one is improve communication and bilateral cooperation, especially in terms of the intelligence, right? So if we have we can share the intelligence. Of course, I'm sure the government of Indonesia, they don't like their people to be the illegal migrant in the destination country, not necessarily Malaysia, but even in the Saudi. They don't like, right? It will tarnish their image, right? If they have a lot of the illegal migrant. So of course, we have to share somehow, okay, the information that related to the illicit activity, okay, at the border. What else? Integrity management, this is of course, but the thing is, we must have the support system. We must have the infrastructure. When we talk about the border security, border security, so the first thing that we must have the infrastructure at the border. Then we talk about the integrity management, right? So, alat semua tak ada, kamera tak ada, how you want to talk about the integrity? It's quite difficult, okay? So, infrastructure, technology and equipment. So this is what, even though in Malaysia, in the migration management, we are using the digitalization. It's quite difficult to say, digitalization, okay. It's quite difficult to pronounce somehow, okay. So, even though we are using that, this is technology, okay, this is technology. So, basically we still have the integrity issue, okay, we still have the integrity issue. And recently we call as a counter setting issue. This is happened in KLIA, okay, this is happened in KLIA. So, basically, I'm not saying technology can solve that problem. Somehow we need the human, we need the technology, we need the very strong integrity if we want to talk about the illegal migration or human trafficking, right? How to solve it, how to combat on that issue. Okay, so finally, thank you so much. Conclusion. Finally, I would like to suggest. So maybe when we talk about the migration, right? I love. This is my personal and also my friend also, because since Lombok, so you are, I mean, the supply of a lot of people Lombok in Malaysia and also in Saudi, right? So why not UNRAM become the center for migration? Okay, this is my idea, how to develop. If you want, I mean, the UNRAM want to collaborate, so we can give you the model of the center, what the module. Then they can collaborate with the Polytechnic. Okay, my friend, Dr. Bobby and Dr. Sohirin, okay? So, they can collaborate with the Polytechnic. That's a become. So, everyone who wants to work in overseas, like Malaysia and Saudi, right? So, they must get a certificate, right? That produced by this center, UNRAM. So, all the research, okay, all over the Indonesia, nationwide, okay? So if they want to study about migration, so UNRAM is a champion. Okay? So thank you so much. Assalamualaikum.
Waalaikumsalam warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Thank you for Professor Naim. It's quite an interesting presentation. So we're moving to the next keynote speakers. We're going to have Q&A session after we finish all the keynote speakers' presentations. So the next keynote speaker would be Professor Stefan Kos. So he will be via online Zoom. Professor Stefan Kos initially planning and has communicated with committee that he will be attending this conference on site. But unfortunately, because of some problems, he couldn't avoid it. He decided to deliver his presentation via online Zoom. So, Professor Stefan, are you ready there?
Yes, I'm here.
Okay. So I'd like to read a short biography of Professor Stefan Kos. So he is a professor at the Faculty of Economics and Organizational Sciences, Universität der Bundeswehr, München, Germany. He obtained his Doctor of Juris from the University of Konten, Germany. During 2013 to 2015, he was a temporary consultant of the World Bank, and he's also a lot of experiences in Indonesia, as he has been a visiting professor at the Faculty of Law, Universitas Islam Riau, Universitas Airlangga, and Universitas Hasanuddin. His area of expertise covers civil law, competition law, consumer protection, cyber law, and conflict of law. To Professor Stefan Kos, I give the stage to you. Yes, please.
Masih dari sana ya?
Yes.
Belum. Belum mulai ya?
Sudah.
Saya tidak lihat presentasi sebentar ya. Bagaimana saya bisa lihat presentasi juga?
Share.
Saya lihat audiensi.
Operator.
Tapi saya tidak lihat presentasi. Atau saya kasih sendiri dari sini. Bagaimana?
Yes, please.
Okay. How's being host?
Jadikan host operator. Ya. 20 menit untuk presentasi, Prof.
Oke. Bisa lihat ya?
Ya.
Oke. Ya, terima kasih banyak ya. Awalnya saya ingin berada di sana di Mataram hari ini. Sayangnya saya tidak bisa karena anak kedua saya lahir tadi, baru, dan tapi melalui Zoom, melalui Zoom, bahkan kalau di tengah malam, di sini jam 5 sekarang. Okay, I want to change to English now because this is faster for me. I want to talk about an important topic which is important, especially also in Indonesia now, because the Indonesian government wants to make legislation about AI, and one of my latest interests in research is the cyber law, especially the AI. And the relation of AI with the private law, and here I talk about the copyright law. And if we talk about the copyright law, do you see changing my do you see changing my slide?
Yeah, Professor.
Yeah, because sometimes it's stuck. Please tell me if it's stuck. If we talk about the copyright, there are several aspects. I only want to talk about one of them. Of course, AI products can be copyright infringement. AI generated work can be asked whether it's copyrightable at all or it's public domain because it's not from a person. And who is the author then? We will talk about copyrighted works training data for AI as a special aspect. And here we must say that the AI models actually are not so innovative as we all think. Many people think these models are something absolutely revolutionary, but the principle of these AI models is old. It's already very old, many decades old. Actually, what we have here is a lot of statistics with a lot of data, with a big amount of data, which we have never before in history. We can store so many data nowadays, and we can collect the data in a very effective way, and that makes the AI as a statistic on steroids, as the former developer from OpenAI mentioned. It's statistics on steroids. It's just statistics, and it's a lot of data. So for training of these models, we need these data and collect this data, and of course these data are also containing copyright works of others. Yeah, so this the problem what we have is not only a legal problem, it's also a cultural problem, because if we take care of that, then it can be that being creative is not worth it. Yeah? So why should we be creative? Anybody can exploit my creativity and use AI and then produce something very easy without having knowledge about that. And so these are one of the questions, and second question, which limitations are, because we cannot just say we don't allow the training copyrighted works, because that might make the difficulty that must be licensed. So someone must pay for the copyrighted works if he wants to train a model. And if that is done, then it costs money, and this money is maybe not available for small and big companies, especially in Germany or in the European Union. Have it in the US. They have the platform companies in the US. They are financially very strong, and they can afford that might bring their advantage higher compared with European companies or Asian companies. If we ignore China here. So what is this particular process? Very fast. I hope you see this is the new slide. We have the data collection. They collect data. They gather the data set with process named scraping. So they use technology to go through the internet and collect the masses data, and they pre-process it, format it, and make a data bank out of that. So they store it in that moment. They store all the data in that moment in data bank, and use this data bank for the model training. And later on, they produce the trained model after making tuning, fine-tuning, evaluations, and this iterative process, and then take this model to the market. Now, if we talk about potential copyright infringement here, it's very clear. We have thought of reproduction and storage. Reproduction and storage of copyrighted work in this data bank for the training of the system and for the whole system training process is of course storage. And the storage is a reproduction. Storage is multiplication of the data in their data banks, in their storage media. This means we have here, of course, storage, but the question is the storage temporary or is continuous? Why this is important? I will explain later. It is important because if it's continuous, then we would have a sort of a data bank, which is later on in the new markets where they integrate the system in the all world market, and then we have copyright infringement in the world market, which is important because copyright is under territoriality. So this is a very important aspect, and it is very clear that the original data of the training process are not anymore in the model. Once the training is ready, the data are not in a model, not in the original. You cannot say this is a data bank. But it is not so clear how far these models can memorize something. There are certain aspects or certain phenomena where we can see that these models reproduce something by making actually something absolutely new, but it is assembling totally to the training data. So it memorizes somehow parts of the training data, even significant parts of the training data, and of course that we regarded as a copyright problem, and that we regarded as part of a sort of continuous storing. And then also that we assess the training models, because making the model available means making public access to the data in case the data are memorized. Now, we have two ways. All forbid this training and collecting the scraping of the data as long as copyrighted, or we allow it. Of course, we cannot just forbid it because there is sort of a public interest in the training of the model, so we cannot just stop the innovation. So we need the equilibrium between innovation and protection of the right holders. And for that, we have certain ways to do that. So in the European Union law, we have on the Digital Single Market Directive, text and data mining exceptions, which are not tailored for AI training, but which are applied or applicable maybe. For example, we have one limitation in this directive, which also transfers to the national laws of the member states for non-commercial text and data mining, which is applying to scientific research and non-commercial purposes. And we have a commercial text and data mining rule, which allows for commercial under specific condition. And one of these specific conditions is the possibility of an opt-out of the copyright holders. So the copyright holders can read opt-out, and then it cannot be used for training if this opt-out can be found by the crawler, by the technology. In the US copyright law, we have something comparable, the fair use principle in the copyright law. It's very comparable, even if there is some different prerequisites, but it's comparable. And for Indonesia, I must say we have nothing. Indonesia has not text data mining exception, and it's important because this means that basically the text and data mining of Asian copyright work is not regulated and can be maybe interpreted as free, right? So there is no option really to protect it in a way. I don't want to read articles, but I want to give you examples. This is the example of Sarah Anderson versus Stability Journey in DeviantArt. So you see here on the left original photo of Sarah Anderson with photo artist, and on the right side see a reproduction or a production of AI, Stability AI. Find this in the link. And it is a copy, right? But it's containing a lot of the symbolism and of the motif of the original photo. So you cannot say it's just copy it. The AI reproduced something new using the ideas here, and this is a problem because we must of course say even if something is resembling and not absolutely identical, it can be a copyright infringement. You all know there is paraphrasing, plagiarism. It's also a problem for the copyright. Now, the lawsuit claims, the plaintiffs claim that this is unauthorized use of the copyrighted works, because on one side, they use the photo of the artist and for making something. So somehow they exploit, even if not copyrighted, we must thought is this exploitation, right? And on the other side, they say this is a 21st century collage tool, because they use a lot of the motifs and make a new picture out of that and actually just collage. This is indeed really difficult to decide. The case is not yet decided. But cannot say we can say yes, that's possible. We have what I mentioned before, a cultural problem, because I actually see an artist, someone can make this so perfectly without having be an artist, just feeding the AI with all these artworks. The second case is the New York Times versus OpenAI and Microsoft. Microsoft used also OpenAI technology in the Bing browser, and New York Times filed this lawsuit because they found that the AI produced articles which were almost literally copy of the original New York Times articles. Almost literally. So even if we can say technically that for the training use, the AI articles from New York Times are not stored just as it is in the data bank or in this model. Obviously, the model memorized the text of the news and produced the new text resembling word for word totally the New York Times article. And the key allegation is very interesting, also economically or for the antitrust law, because we see here not only that they say it's unauthorized use of copyrighted articles. It doesn't matter whether they reproduce or just copy something. You have redundant text, and that copyright infringement possibility. But the important thing for me, the most important, most interesting aspect for me here is that these systems produce concurrent products, right? Competitive products. So the AI produced an article which is absolutely same like the original article from New York Times. So now you think we have a text and a paywall. Why should someone pay for a paywall? Because the AI can reproduce something in a proper way, really usable. So it is coming to the market and making a competition to the original text and to the original rights holders of copyrighted product which are used for the training. And this is a competitive problem. So the AI could step into a competition with the right holders, with the editorials, by being trained with their own products. So this is really a problem. And another thing is that, of course, there is a license market maybe growing, and license market is dying from the beginning, because nobody would license if you find out that it's easy to exploit the work of others. So in this case, they rely on fair use principle. So the defender says that fair use, we must train our models. This is fair use. We use it in a way which is not infringing too much the interest of the right holders, which is actually not true, because we can see clearly here that this product, OpenAI product, is coming into competition. And if that's coming into competition, this requirement is fulfilled, then we have actually not all the requirements for the fair use instrument. And the third case is the Getty images. I don't want to talk about that. It's very similar to the other one. They use millions of copyrighted images to train a model, and it's a similar aspect like the two cases before. What I want to emphasize a little bit more is the German case. It's very new, decided on 27th September. The case was decided. And that is the case Robert Knecht versus Lion. Lion is public use association, which is producing data banks for training. So Lion is collecting data for the public use. It is not commercial, it's a commercial association, and they produce. And in one of these Lion data banks, there was a photo of photographer Robert Knecht, which is copyrighted. And it was used for training. Now this photo was a big stock data published there, and the terms prohibiting the use of automatic programming. But so he claimed, and the key question is falling under the text data mining limitation. So the copyright holder cannot forbid the use for the training falls under the text data mining limitations of the copyright. That was open and decided by a local court, by the Hamburg Regional Court. But it will grow bigger because it must go to the European Union Court of Justice. That is very clear that it will go there because this question which comes from a European Union directive. And as it comes from the European Union directive, the interpretation is in the end on the European Court of Justice. So it will be decided later, I'm sure, by the European Court of Justice. Now the regional court said this is a case of the text data mining, even if it's not tailored for it. It is applicable 44B for the commercial and to the non-commercial data mining limitation. And opt-out can be internal language format. So it does not have to be machine readable. It's important because they say, well, on the one side, you train the system, they are very innovative, very powerful. They can work with natural language in the dialogue with bot. On the other side, you say it can only an opt-out machine readable form, and that's not consistent. So if you say your bot can talk with people in an artificially intelligent way, in a sophisticated way, then you cannot claim, but they cannot read the opt-out in natural language. So this is an interesting point of that decision. So we see a tendency to make it possible, and it's of course explainable. Japan has a very liberal approach here. Japan has widely made it possible to use data, even copyrighted data for training, because they say it's important for the innovation that we also train our systems. I mentioned that. One last aspect where I want to mention, and that is why I talk about law in Indonesia in this sense. Because actually this is a territorial aspect, right? But the EU artificial intelligence regulation is widely applied extraterritorial. So it says clearly that obligations to respect European Union copyright law is also applied for non-EU developers whose models are marketed in the EU. As soon as the models come to the EU, are marketed in the EU, it obliges developers to respect EU copyright law, even if the training takes place outside of the EU, namely in the United States. And namely applicable here are these rules of the text and data mining of the EU directive I mentioned. So this is very important because actually copyright law is territorially limited. We have a territoriality principle, and that means a copyright in Germany cannot be infringed basically by an act outside the German territory. But training which takes place in the territory of the United States, for example, or in China, actually an extraterritorial act. So it should not infringe German copyright. But if we have that, then our rules will not be very valuable because of the digital globalization. We have no territoriality anymore. We have ubiquity. So for making the regulation workable, they make a widely extraterritorial approach here, which is not yet totally researched what they exactly mean, but in my opinion it is a breakthrough the territoriality principle for the purpose of the application in the training process. And this is very important because this means that these regulations are important for developers also in Southeast Asia, in Japan, in China, in the United States. And the question is how far will they respect our law here? But we can see that the European Union still is possible to apply their law extraterritorial even against the United States platform companies usually respected. So unresolved issues, and then I'm ready soon, is what legal framework should govern the use of copyright works AI? It's a factual political mess, because legally we have no power, right? It's not our extraterritorial to apply our law, but politically and economically, if a company, if a state has the power, it will apply it. The same happens to the United States, maybe China. And how can the rights of creators be balanced with innovation? Because as I mentioned before, we are too strict here, and we will punish our own smaller companies, because we have not big platforms. The big platforms have the money, pay the penalty, the fines, to pay the license. Not a problem for US companies. Possible solution to the licensing models, especially establishment of collective management systems. And one last sentence. For Indonesia, very important, if you have text data mining rules, then you must take into account also your copyright for cultural heritage, which is an individual intellectual property, but is a collective intellectual property, and it must be tailored for it. So it's not so easy like in the West, where we have only intellectual property which is individual and not collective. Thank you very much for your attention. I hope I was not so long. I think it was half a minute too long, but it's maybe acceptable. Thank you very much. Terima kasih.
Terima kasih. Thank you very much, Professor Stefan. I hope you could still staying online, because we were going to have a Q&A session after the last keynote speaker. So the last keynote speaker would be Dr. Lalu Muhammad Hayanul Haq. He is currently a senior lecturer at the Department of Law, Faculty of Law, Social broad range of topic in the area of law and justice. So
ladies and gentlemen, now I'm going to talk about the way how to expand the public resources through strengthening the instrumentalist intellectual property. I said instrumentalist intellectual property. It will be different from proprietarianism intellectual property. Because if we look at the situations now, in the disruptive technology, it already opened up opportunity, huge opportunity, not only at the positive level, but also negative, and critics, many critics, such as Yuval Harari, just a few months ago, he published his works about the nexus. It discussed about the importance of informational networks that shape our civilizations. In this context, if we look at the disruptive technology, it has been sparked by the innovations, innovations from intellectual property, that stem from our human intellectuals. Like I said, in addition to provide a positive impact, this disruptive technology also contain a challenge, handicaps, or probably a threats to our civilizations. The threats refers to the exacerbations, the gap of inequality. It will require the accessibility of public to the essentials, intellectual property products like information, knowledge, and technology that could be used to maintain and to serve, to continue or to preserve our collective life. This is why in these sessions, I try to introduce the way how to expand the public resource through strengthening instrumentalist intellectual property for inclusive creative economic growth in order to create more and more opportunity in every levels. Yeah? For creating economic creative economic, yeah, we should expand, we should provide our people by technical methods, yeah, in order to create something that may be useful for them. If we look at the situations now, yeah, due to the disruptive technology, we are in a danger, yeah, because in addition, on one hand, our people, yeah, has a framework to exploit their free will. Yeah. Next. Yeah. Next again. Yeah. Stop. Yeah. If you look at this scheme, yeah, everyone has free will. That's protected by legal framework. Under Indonesian legal private law, yeah, Indonesian private law framework, we guarantee all of the citizens, all of the people has freedom to do something. Yeah? So it now it has been transformed into the absolute exclusive and freedom of contract. Everyone can do anything as long as it has been agreed by the contracting parties. But the challenge is, yeah, we face what the Michael Hiller from Harvard University in 1998, he wrote about the tragedy of anti-commons. Actually, the tragedy of anti-commons also vice versa with the tragedy of commons that has been published by Garrett Hardin. In concept of Garrett Hardin about the tragedy of commons, yeah, due to the disruptive issues, yeah, everyone has rights, yeah, has rights to exploit what he want, yeah, as long as it's part of their rights that embedded in his potentials. It means that, for example, yeah, Garrett Hardin visualized the examples. If everyone has right to preserve cow, for example, and he earned much money from the nature because he will get free grass, free vegetables, yeah, to feed the cows, and the farmers earn much money from the free nature. But he mentions the rights of the previous farmer don't block, yeah, cannot block others people's rights to do the same things. Yeah? Everyone has eagerness, has interest also to preserve, yeah, to preserve cows as many as he can. And if all of people has the same rights to exploit our nature, it will damage the collective resources. It will damage all of the greenness, yeah, in all over the world. Yeah. Then it, which intend to treats not only the cow but also the nature. The nature become dry, become scarce, and it will damage and treats the owners, not only the cow but the owners. This is he visualized about the tragedy of commons. In vice versa, if we look at the situations of tragedy of anti-commons, now there are millions of inventions and innovations that have been patented, not only at the level of what we call invention, but also now they come into the discoveries issues. For example, DNA. Actually, DNA is one of the given things that have been given by God to all of but the United States intellectual property regime provides the protection to corporations or research institutions that propose the sequence of DNA that they create in order to be patented. This is the situations. Now, if everyone has right to patent his works, everyone has rights to register and to protect their own inventions, innovations, informations, and technologies. It will block others, public to use the invention, to use the informations, to use the knowledge in order to develop their own technologies, for example. Mataram University, if look at this, the library. All of the library we hired, we subscribed from the cyber library organizations. We pay $1 billion a year, according to rector. He informed me. We paid more than $1.5 billion per year in order to allow all of you to access the informations and knowledge. But in terms of patent, you cannot do that. Because if there are so many patents, technology that have been patented, you will be blocked and you cannot access the data. This is the situations. What we call the impact, the negative impact of technological disruptions, which intend to create the tragedy of commons and tragedy of anti-commons, which intend to create uncertainty and complexity that may threat our sustainability of our collective life. This is the core issue. In addition to these issues, we face about the demographical traits. What I mean by demographical traits, ancaman demografis, demographical traits, not demographical bonus. I would like to differ with government that always campaign about the demographical bonus. Now I try to see the demographic situations in a trade situations. Why? Because the number of productive age in Indonesia, more than 60% from the populations, according to Sri Mulyani and data statistic. If we look at the populations number of Indonesia, 281 million people, then it will be equivalent if 60% about 190 million, are productive age. But the problem is the number of productive age, the increase, the significant increase in the number of the populations and the productive age are not equal, not balanced not followed by the resources, public resources. Our public resources, day by day are shrinkage, mengerucut. So, for example, all of you exist in this building, Mataram University has capability only 7,000 students can be accepted in this university for all faculties. If we look at the University of Indonesia or Gajah Mada, maybe about 20,000, 25,000 students per year. If we account, let's say all of the universities equal to University of Indonesia. All of universities in Indonesia, in here, more than 100 universities, let's say. It means only the resource can accept or can accommodate our young generations of 2.5 million people. 2.5 million. If we assume that the quality of university, there are 100 universities that equal to Gajah Mada or University of Indonesia that can accommodate more than 25,000 students. It means that if we look at the number of productive age, there are still exists 187 million 187 million students that cannot access the public resource, like a resource of education, resource of knowledge. This is one of the example. So how to solve this problem? In this my presentations, I offer solutions how to expand the public resources in order to accommodate all of the 190 million populations. The strategy is we should create independent learning resource in our society. We cannot depend on the formal institutions like university of academy, but every citizen should have has initiative together with his community in order to establish their learning resource. I refers to my previous experience in the Netherlands. In the Netherlands, there is a organization. It's named Folk University. The Folk University is a kind of hub in facilitating interaction between all of the people who has skill or knowledge come to the Folk University, and they invite all of people who need the knowledge and skills. In the Netherlands, only 3 meters times 4 meters square, the buildings, the locations of the hub, the Folk University usually in by the river, small canals, and it becomes a tractor to facilitate all of the people, young generations who want to know about some certain knowledge or certain technologies. They come to Folk University, and the mayor, also the society, try to facilitate. They will be taught from A to Z, and they could be productive men. This is the concept. If we could make the models like that, we could make folk universities in every village. In West Nusa Tenggara, actually there are more than 8,000 villages. I'm not sure about that, but you can check. All of villages in West Nusa Tenggara could be facilitated by the Folk University. don't think about the building, because the folk university, the concept of learning resource of 0 cent, 0 cent, without additional or extra funding. We just need similar spirits, similar energy, similar objectives in order to create more and more learning resource for our people. So, if we look at the concept, it means that the folk university will become a attractor, will become a hub, from the people, between the people who want to know about the technologies, about the skills, about anything that will be useful for their life. And we try to invite all of the experts, like a concept like a Gojek, actually. If Gojek is a kind of instrument or applications to facilitate the people who has vehicles, and the people who want or who needs vehicles, penumpang. This concept also like that. If you look at the real situations, according to our data, I talked with the Director General of AHU, who registered all of the small, medium corporations in Indonesia. You know, the numbers of small and medium corporations in Indonesia, up to 95 million corporations. It means that this is a huge potentials. But why they still weak to be empowered? Because we lost. So far, we trained them just to fulfill the formal requirements, just as a business as usual. But if we try to make a new approach, make approach more substantive mentorings, I believe that we can create more and more resources that stem from our people themselves, like what they have already done in the Netherlands and some European countries. They try to facilitate or interact all of the people who has knowledge and skills with the people who needs the skill and knowledge in order to promote and to strengthen their business or their economic activities. That's the way. Next. This is, I have already explained about the demographical traits. Then,
sorry, 1 minute more remaining. 1 minute.
So this is the ideas. I try to see the potential of intellectual property, not just refers to proprietarianism, intellectual property, but how to use intellectual property product as an instrument for our life, collective life. The indicator of instrument is intellectual property, like I mentioned, focus on public benefits, balancing interests, adaptive and creative policy, as well as criticism over rigid protections. Rigid protections, like I mentioned, the root cause, as a root cause of the tragedy anti-commons and tragedy commons. So, next, the last, next, next, The actually, if you could back to the anatomy of public resource, could back to the slides of scheme. Next, back again, back again, back again, back. Yeah, stop. If you look at this, yeah, we have huge public resource, consists of material and immaterial public. Material resource, like you see, our culture, our nature, but immaterial come from your intellectual. That's language, oral tradition, social practices, rituals, as well as information, knowledge, technologies, intellectual property, methods, yeah, inventions and innovations are part of the immaterial resources. Yeah. So if we look at the scheme, in order to expand, to use or to optimize all of the immaterial resource, yeah, we need skill and capabilities. Yeah. You cannot optimize them without skill, capabilities, and knowledge. Yeah. This is the key. Yeah. Factually, information, knowledge, methods, and so forth are resources for us to improve the skill and technology. So that's an independent relationship, ya, saling ketergantungan, ya, hubungan yang saling ketergantungan. Ya, from your skill, your knowledge will create your sensitivity, your awareness, and to express your attitudes, your spirit, your energy to strengthen, to improve, and to expand the public resource, not only at the material resource, but also the immaterial, yeah, resource. What the objective, the main objective of this, yeah, all of this should be dedicated to promote our public welfare. So if we have same spirit, same energy, same ideas, same movement, we will move to, we will transform, yeah, towards a better collective transformations, yeah, through the intellectual property instrumentalism. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Thank you, Dr. Hayanul Haq. So, give applause for all keynote speakers. We're coming to the Q&A sessions. I open 2 sessions for the Q&A. So, in each session, I'll take 3 questions. Yes, please, for those of you who'd like to ask for questions, you can say your name, institution, and you would like to ask for keynote speaker. Ya, ini terus. Anyone else? Okay, just Ibu yang baju putih.
My name is Indra. I'm from postgraduate student. I want to ask my question to Professor Hayanul Haq related to intellectual property. As we already discussed previously, by the way, I'm a farmer, I do agriculture, and I face so many challenges after I know that seed already being patented by the corporation. In this case, like Monsanto, DuPont, Syngenta, BASF, all of this stuff. And how is it possible to patenting the seed? You know, it used to be agriculture supposed to be sharing the seed, but now indigenous seed are going depletion because of intellectual property on seed. And the further impact of intellectual property in the field of seed is that our food gets shrunker, mengerucut. We lost so many variety of our food, and then. I want to tell you about something. I used to be planted some of the seed, and right now even the hybrid seed, which is produced by the local corporation, it's already also patented. So as a farmer, we use the seed only for once. We cannot regrow. And the further impact is that, of course, the farmer. How is it possible the one who grow our food faces so many challenges, and then the corporation generate the royalty from seed patenting? Thank you so much.
Thank you, Mbak Indri. Do you want to directly answer the question? Yes.
Thank you. This problem, actually, if we look at some cases, there is one popular case related to the patented seeds that has been developed by a farmer in Kediri. His name Tukirin. We call Tukirin case. Actually, the farmers, Tukirin and his group has been invited by Monsanto, one of the genetic plantations corporations, biggest one in the world, I think. Not Monsanto. Before that, Monsanto refers to the capacity. But this is from Thailand. We call PT apa namanya? Dari Thailand. What is one of the biggest I was forgotten, but Tukirin and his group has been invited by the corporations to be trained, as a good farmer, for example. But after he joined in the training, Tukirin developed his talents, and create a kind of good seeds, different from the the corporations, the Thailand corporations. I was forgotten. Actually, still remember. But Harun Pokpan. The name of the corporation Harun Pokpan. Charun Pokpan. That's one of the biggest corporations in Asia, in Indonesia now. And after that, Tukirin and his colleagues was sued by the corporations. The problem, our judge, our government still has weak protections to all of the indigenous people, because the case Tukirin already his experience that are combined from the training that that they obtained from the Harun Pokpan. But Harun Pokpan claimed that Tukirin make infringement, confidential informations related to the content of the training. They developed the model that are better, much better than Harun Pokpan, and he sell much lower, much affordable if we compare to. This is the situation. So it means that the shrink you mentioned, your worry about the shrink could be caused by the policy of our government, as well as the knowledge and attentions, or protections of our aparat penegak hukum, or legal officials like police, prosecutors, and judges same the wrong perceptions when they handle the case of Tukirin. Tukirin was claimed as a kind of plagiator. He infringe. Yeah, he was assumed, yeah, infringe the formula of the Karun Pokpan. Yeah, that's one. And the other answers, yeah, why we face the danger of shrink of resources in Indonesia, because of the we call many destructions of forests. Yeah, now Indonesia also issued a policy. Yeah, they make more and more palm plantation that change and eradicate or cut all of the forests, that contain harms and huge biodiversity in there. Actually, Indonesia is the fourth largest countries in the world for biodiversity and harms, plasma nutfah, after Brazil and Tiongkok. But this is the challenge. First, we have to revitalize all of the seeds, the potential seeds. If I'm not mistaken, in 1960s or 70s in Lombok, there is seeds, a kind of beak gangas. You know? Yeah, I believe that agriculture students or lecturers know about the beak gangas seeds. Yeah, that's very qualified. But now, I think already extinct. This is the challenge of our researchers, you and your colleagues, how to revitalize the quality, the qualified of seeds, in order to provide, to feed our people. So we need to coherencing the way of perceptions among of the legal officers in handling all of the case that may damage or that may distinct our public resource. Like I said in this sessions, I speak in these sessions how to expand the public resources. So we need to develop our what we call inclusive intellectual property, inclusive technology. What does it mean? That inclusive technology not only provide or cut or serve the corporations or the gigantic capital, but the inclusive technology could serve all of the people, in order to access, to improve their accessibility to the resources. So, first, from the normative approach, we should recoherencing our perceptions, and we should recoherencing the applications of the norm in order to protect our people, our farmer. The second way is how to develop our research institutions, in order to revitalize our potential and qualified seeds for providing contributions to our sovereignty of food, kedaulatan pangan. The third one, we need to maintain the balance of environment, in order to provide and to maintain the biodiversity and harms, plasma nutfah, that could become a source not only for food, but also for medicine, for cosmetic, for many other useful things for improving the prosperity of our people. Quite clear or not? Clear? Thank you.
Thank you,
Thank you.
Dr. Hayanul Haq.
Anyone else want to offer a question for the keynote speakers? So we still open the Q&A session. Please, I know that it's crucial time as it's a lunch time, so but yeah, we're still. Yes, please. Any other question for the audiences? Or from the lecturers here?
Profesor ekonominya ini Handa. Anda atau Alena atau
Or for the online participants?
Oh yeah, this is.
Oh yeah.
Please.
Oh yeah. Names and institution. Yeah.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Vika Sasmita and I am currently a third semester student in Universitas Islam Al-Azhar Mataram, majoring Sharia Business Management. I would like to ask Mr. Hayan about his presentation on intellectual property rights for economic growth. Thank you to Mr. Hayan because the material present can increase my insight. I would like to ask permission to speak bahasa. Oke, Bapak. Jadi saya sebagai mahasiswa dan juga tentunya sebagai Gen Z ya di sini. Saya ingin bertanya kepada Bapak, mungkin ini sedikit melenceng. Oke, jadi pertanyaan saya bagaimana pendekatan HKI yang lebih inklusif dapat menciptakan peluang ekonomi bagi Gen Z, terutama di wilayah yang kurang terjangkau oleh infrastruktur wabarakatuh.
Thank you.
Baik, ini bagus sekali pertanyaannya, bagaimana menjangkau. Tadi saya sudah sampaikan, mungkin untuk lebih intens, I will also explain you in bahasa, but message yang saya sampaikan tadi itu adalah bagaimana kita memperluas sumber daya publik itu, sumber public resources tadi, menjangkau ke seluruh Republik Indonesia ini, dan menjangkau tempat-tempat terjauh, ya tempat-tempat terpencil tadi. Itulah sebabnya saya menawarkan konsep tentang inclusive technology. Inclusive technology itu bukan hanya teknologi yang dibiayai oleh modal besar atau yang melayani kepentingan perusahaan-perusahaan raksasa, tapi yang terus memberikan solusi bagi persoalan-persoalan yang dihadapi oleh masyarakat. Seperti misalnya tentang bagaimana teknologi pembuatan pupuk misalnya, teknologi pembuatan pemeliharaan ikan, teknologi pemeliharaan tanaman-tanaman. Itu kan sebetulnya teknologi itu tidak memerlukan kapital yang besar, tetapi yang diperlukan adalah teknik atau cara. Saya melihat itu banyak sekali dicontohkan di program-program YouTube itu untuk mentrain para petani itu menjadi lebih smart di dalam pemanfaatan lahan. Nah, ini yang saya katakan, inclusive technology itu adalah teknologi yang bisa dijangkau oleh semua, ya, bukan eksklusif. Kalau saya katakan, itu sebabnya yang lain dengan pandangan atau presentasi yang saya sampaikan, saya katakan kita memerlukan pendekatan. Saya sampaikan di dalam rancangan pembaharuan undang-undang paten kemarin. Kebetulan kita diminta untuk pendapat dengan DPR dan saya sampaikan dalam asosiasi pengajar hukum kekayaan intelektual bahwa pemerintah seharusnya tidak lagi melayani, ya, atau cukuplah melayani kebijakan yang berbasis pada proprietarianism. Proprietarianism itu adalah kepemilikan yang dieksklusifkan. Nah, yang paling banyak melakukan pengontrolan terhadap teknologi itu adalah perusahaan-perusahaan raksasa. Karena dia yang paling banyak uangnya. Saya ambilkan contoh, ya, di Jepang itu Sony Corporation itu 1 tahun itu mematenkan 4.000 penemuan. Jauh lebih banyak daripada sebuah universitas sekalipun di seluruh Indonesia. Kita di seluruh Indonesia itu 3.800 paten. Dia itu satu perusahaan, 4.000 paten. Padahal itu adalah puncak-puncak ilmu pengetahuan dan teknologi. Malaysia, ya ini Malaysia, itu sama Filipina, itu sedang bersaing. Malaysia sekitar 17.000 paten per tahun, Filipina 15.000 paten. Kita masih 1/5. Padahal kita punya kekuatan SDM kita ini banyak, tapi perlu yang berkualitas tadi. Nah, tapi caranya adalah memperbanyak, itu yang saya katakan tadi, memperbanyak sumber-sumber pembelajaran. Jadi folk university atau universitas rakyat itu semacam hub. It's a kind of hub in facilitating interaction between the people who has knowledge and technology and skills, and the people who needs, or the corporations, small and medium corporation who needs the skill and knowledge. Inilah, for that reason, it is relevant if we create a kind of applications of folk university in order to facilitate that, for manifesting and creating more and more learning resource. Ya, kita bisa menciptakan sumber pembelajaran atau folk university itu di setiap desa. Karena tidak ada uang yang kita keluarkan, kita cukup pakai kantor desa itu sebagai tempat untuk pertemuan. Siapa yang ingin belajar tentang apa, itu dicarikan guru tentang, saya mau belajar menjahit, dicarikan orang yang ahli fashion. Satu desa itu bisa menjadi tukang jahit dia itu. Ya kan? Saya mau jadi tukang las, dicarikan orang yang memiliki keahlian profesional sebagai tukang las. Dia akan menjadi kreatif. Dan itu kita bisa ciptakan dimanapun tempatnya. Tidak harus berada di gedung seperti ini. Dimanapun. Yang penting itu adalah pertemuan gagasan, ide. Ide dengan ide itu melahirkan kreativitas. Ya kan? Dan semangat tadi itu. Nah, oleh karena itu, kembali ke pertanyaan saudara, apa yang harus kita lakukan untuk memperluas inklusif teknologi tadi? Saya sarankan medianya itu adalah memperbanyak folk university tadi. Kita bangun. Nanti seluruh universitas rakyat, kalau kita hitung lagi di Indonesia itu ada 890.000 di seluruh Indonesia. Itu artinya kita berpotensi menciptakan 890.000 universitas rakyat itu yang akan menjadi sumber pembelajaran bagi siapapun yang ingin belajar. Jadi kita bisa membuka siapa saja yang ingin belajar tentang apa saja datang ke sana gitu. Inilah yang kita akan bangun dan menciptakan. Lalu apa kontennya apa? Di sini di HP saya ini saya pegang ada 4,8 juta literatur dan bisa diakses kapan, dan lebih dari 6 juta invention. Tentu ini bukan saya, itu milik dari WIPO sama Direktorat Jenderal, tapi kita bisa melakukan akses karena ada kerjasama. Jadi semua invensi-invensi baik yang patent maupun yang standar paten itu bisa diakses. Kebetulan ya, kawan saya dan direktur paten, teman sekolah dulu sama-sama di Australia, dia bilang, coba buat laboratorium untuk inkubators dalam pengembangan teknologi inklusif itu, patent. Nah, tinggal sekarang kalau universitas berkenan, tinggal kita perkenalkan, langsung bisa dia membuka file itu seperti dia membuka buku. Karena seluruh paten yang diregistrasi, yang didaftarkan itu adalah sumber pembelajaran. Sebab setiap paten itu harus memiliki ada judul patennya, ada abstraknya, ada deskripsi paten, ya, dan ada klaim paten itu. Ada 4 komponen. Jadi ketika kita mempelajari satu paten, kita tahu. Jadi kita tidak perlu belajar dari awal. Kita belajar dari paten yang sudah didaftarkan. Oh, ini patennya dia. Kita pelajari. Lalu kita diskusikan sama teman-teman untuk mengembangkan inovasi. bukan mencontoh, bukan ATM ya. Kalau ATM itu kan kemarin sempat ribut itu. Apa? Tiru dan modifikasi. Itu menyesatkan. Karena kalau kita meniru, kita berada di belakang jeruji besi itu. Saya ingatkan, kalau kita meniru orang punya itu, kita berada di balik jeruji besi. Harusnya yang dilakukan seperti di China, dia kembangkan. Kalau meniru itu orang yang seperti saya melihat transformasi kincir angin di China, itu Vestas namanya, dari Belanda. Vestas mereknya itu ditransformasi ke China, waktu itu kerjasama antara owner sama pengusaha Tiongkok, lalu mengembangkan kincir angin. Tapi karena materialnya tidak tahan dengan cuaca panas yang sangat ekstrim dan dingin yang sangat ekstrim, hancur dia materialnya. Lalu China itu membuat dari departemen metalurginya itu mengembangkan model yang bisa tahan sesuai dengan lingkungan itu, suitable. Sekarang itu ada jutaan kincir angin. Mereka merubah beberapa waktu yang lalu perjalanan saya ke Xinjiang itu hampir 4.000 km dalam waktu 12 hari itu menelusuri Xinjiang. Bagaimana terjadi akselerasi transformasi paten-paten sederhana itu di level grassroots. Di situ orang yang membuat mobil itu anak-anak SMA, betul. Dan mobil itu ditaruh produk mobil itu. Kalau di sini kita showroomnya kira-kira 100 meter kali 100 meter lah ya, satu provinsi. Di sana itu satu provinsi itu bisa sampai 10 kilo itu showroom saja, showroom kendaraan. Jadi mobil-mobil yang sudah dicetak, yang dibuat, ditaruh di padang pasir itu, di The Great Gobi itu. Saya melihat ada kekuatan ya yang membuat dia bisa melakukan absorpsi teknologi. Nah, tahukah Anda ya, berapa jumlah teknologi yang dipatenkan di Cina dalam 1 tahun? Itu lebih dari 976.000 paten per tahun. Sehingga Sekretaris Jenderal WIPO, World Intellectual Property Organization yang di Geneva, itu membandingkan paten yang dikumpulkan dari Amerika, Eropa, Jepang, totalnya itu hanya 350.000 per tahun. Ini 3 kali lipat. Dan sekarang pada tahun 2025 ya sudah bisa setiap tahun itu di atas 1 juta paten. Artinya semua itu bergerak. Bagaimana dia tidak bisa maju? Nah, kita ini sekarang harusnya berpikir bagaimana mengembangkan seluruh potensi itu berbasis intellectual property. Bukan berbasis manual. Karena itu akan membuat kita terus saja ketinggalan. Nah, disinilah perlunya ada cara pendekatan yang lebih efektif bagaimana membuat transformasi yang lebih cepat. Ya, dengan cara satu, substansinya kita bekerja sama dengan WIPO dan Direktorat Jenderal Haki, sehingga semua paten yang disimpan di sana itu ada di Universitas Mataram, khususnya di lembaga LPPM, ya kan? LPPM itu walaupun gedungnya kecil, tapi dia punya 60 juta paten. Itu lebih dahsyat daripada gedung yang besarnya kayak Gedung Putih, ya kan? Saya ingin supaya kita bicara tentang substansi. Kan sekarang orang ini disibukkan dengan akreditasi ini itu. Jadi kita ini diajarkan untuk berpenampilan supaya tampak baik gitu. Tapi tidak baik. Ini kritik sebetulnya. Mana yang lebih baik? Kita betul-betul baik atau tampak baik? Ya kan, seperti itu. Nah, artinya masuk lagi kita kepada substantive efforts, substantive steps ya dalam rangka memperluas public resource tadi. Kita perluas public resource itu dengan mengembangkan inklusif teknologi yang berframe ya dalam frame instrumentalism intellectual property menuju pada public prosperity tadi. Jelas itu? Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Thank you, Dr. Hayanul Haq. Do we still have time, committee? We still have time or for the Q&A session? Please. Anyone? Oh, 5 more minutes. 5 more minutes. Is there any question? Yes, I think one more question from Dr. Alena. Yeah.
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. So I was put on the spot, so I'm sorry if. Okay, so I'm Valencia. I'm one of the teacher at International Relations Department. I would like to ask to Dr. Naim, yeah, especially about, I saw your writings about diplomacy timeline and how our relationship between Indonesia and Malaysia is like always having its ups and downs. And yeah, what do you think about nowadays? So what kind of diplomacy do you think is proper to use for nowadays because of the Gen Z said the way that we react to things online and say bad things and could create, something that can harm the relationship. Sometimes when we have like a friendly match on football and then we see the aftermath and things like that. What do you think is the proper diplomacy for, I think, for the kids to understand that we are brothers and sisters? Thank you.
Okay, I think I'm stand down. Okay, one stand up, another one is stand down. Okay, right. Thank you so much. Okay, for the question. As far as diplomacy, migration diplomacy is concerned, I think when you give, analogy just now, okay, about the football. Actually, in Malaysia, right, interstate also they fought, okay, in the football, right? So not only between Malaysia and Indonesia and Malaysia, but in the football game, okay, even interstate between, for example, Kedah and Kelantan also, so they will fight, okay, in the game. So basically, currently, I think for me, even though I said this is volatile, okay, our relation, but I would say that the relation is still strong between Malaysia and also the Indonesia, because why? The root is a historical approach that we have. Okay, this is like the brother. Okay, like a brotherhood in the family member also. So sometimes we have an argument, and then we making up. We making up again. Okay, balik, right? And then another day we fight something. Okay, and then we making up again, right? So we don't have any problem. If you want to say our relation is really strong, even though we have some issue like economy, like right now the migration that I said to you. Because of some cases, right? And even last time when I met Dubes, even Mr. Dubes also said, yeah, maybe by that time he frustrated about the issue of domestic workers, okay, for Indonesia. So, but when I asked him, if you have a scale 1 to 5, so where do you want to put in terms of relation? Then definitely he said 2, because I know maybe he upset by that time because of the one case, okay, because that's made never been paid about 10 years, never 10 years. And then Mr. Dubes asked, okay, that worker, why you want to run away from the employer? Then she just laughed. She just maybe I know she, maybe because of she illiterate, Okay, she do not know where to go. Okay, how she wants to going back to Indonesia, right? So I think if you ask my opinion, my personal opinion about the relationship, this is because of the research that we have done. Even the KLN, the Foreign Ministry of Malaysia, we asked them, they said, no, we don't have any problem between them. Even though, so that's why the provocation is a very small group, people, or the individual, okay, in the both country, right? And also the media, right? And that's why in the first place, I told you that perception is quite difficult to manage. If you want to manage the perception, it's quite difficult. So that's why we hope for the both sides. So anything that we have, so try to put in the negotiation and the bargaining platform, right?
Yes, so I was asking that because it has an impact on some of migration workers and how they are accepted in Malaysia. Some of the workers that I met here in Lombok, the way that they are being treated, especially maybe because of the education, maybe because of the background, but mainly because they're Indonesian. So that's why things like that. So
okay, because why? Because this is the same thing if we migrate to Europe, right? To Europe. So Europe, they have that kind of the perception toward the Asian, okay? So even though you are better than them, I mean, in terms of the education, in terms of the wealth, right? So, but they still have a perception towards you. This is the same thing I think in the Malaysia, okay? Because there's a lot of the Indonesian workers. Even last time, when I've been interviewed by the Awani is one of the what they call it, the medium, the broadcasting medium, okay, an official in Malaysia. So they asked me how we can change the name of this foreign worker, what they call it in bahasa, they call it pekerja asing. Why not we call, because they want to change the perception, right? Because when we used to call pendatang asing, pekerja asing, so it seems like they are actually from the what they call it, the non-skill or the semi-skill. Okay, non-skill and semi-skill. So I know there's some cases where the employer, right, they bring the ill treatment to the workers. So perhaps we can change that kind of the perception. Okay, and I'm sure in Malaysia, there's a lot of the Indonesian, they can assimilate, okay, with a Malaysian. And even in my neighborhood also, so they have a intermarriage, okay, intermarriage with the Indonesian. So even the children also quite perform at school, right? So I hope after this, so that's why to address your question, the kind of the perception is quite difficult, right? So that's why maybe the social media, they have to play a very important, very privileged role, okay, to overcome in this issue, right? So perhaps after this we can manage this perception. We can send something, some message to both sides, okay, where we have to respect. Respect is earned. We cannot ask people to respect you, right? Respect is something, it's not demanding, right? So we have to respect people. We have to as a human, okay? So thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Prof. Naim. So I think we're reaching the end of the sessions. So what I would like to explain that what makes it quite interesting that all the keynote speaker has discussed and shared to us about particular concept to solve the problem around us. For instance, like Dr. Hayanul Haq shared to us about the instrumentalist intellectual property for inclusive economic, creative economic growth to solve the problem within the regime of intellectual property rights and Professor Naim shared and discussed to us about the concept of migration diplomacy to solve the problem of foreign workers between Indonesia and Malaysia. And Professor Stefan Kos discussed about the AI model training based on EU law to solve the problem of copyright materials. And the last, Professor Aldona discussed about the employee green behavior to support the sustainable environment in society. So I thank you for all the keynote speakers and also for the audiences. I hope to see you again next year in the third International Conference on Social Science. I close the session. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Kami sampaikan terima kasih kepada moderator dan juga kepada para keynote speaker atas presentasi yang luar biasa.
We would like to express our gratitude to the keynote speaker and also to the moderator.
Hadirin yang kami hormati, selanjutnya kita akan memasuki sesi istirahat. Kepada keynote speaker dan juga undangan bersama dengan panitia, kami undang untuk menuju ke ruang VIP untuk menikmati makan siang.
Ladies and gentlemen, now we will take a short break. We would like to invite the keynote speaker and guests along with the organizing committee to the VIP room for lunch.
Kami juga ingin menginformasikan bahwa setelah ini akan ada presentasi panel, tepatnya di lantai 2, di ruang sidang rektor, ruang sidang utama, dan ruang wakil rektor 1. Mohon ikuti arahan dari panitia untuk dapat bergabung ke ruang panel.
And we want to inform all of you that after this, there will be a panel presentation held on the second floor, specifically in the Rector's meeting room, main conference room, and first rector meeting room. Please follow the instruction in order to get into the panels. If you require assistance or further information, our staff will be happy to assist you.